Today is the sixth day of the Intra-African Trade Fair held here in Algiers in the exhibition Palace Les Pins Maritimes. Deals are being signed, investors are exploring new opportunities and collaborations in the air. Joining us today is Honorable Minister Tiroeaone Ntsima, the Minister of Trade and Entrepreneurship of Botswana, here to share insights about Botswana's economic vision and his vision on Africa. Thank you, Your Excellency, for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Your Excellency, how do you assess Botswana's economy in recent years, especially after efforts to diversify economy beyond the mining sector and diamond?
Well, Botswana has largely been living out of diamonds, which have been our mainstay. And over time, the diamond has produced a lot in the country, has been the one that has been fueling the economy of Botswana. And I think from 2-3 years back, we have realized that diamonds are not selling as they used to. So therefore, that has also affected the coffers of government, has also affected the economy of Botswana. And speaking of diversification, it is now do or die if we don't diversify. Because what we've seen, or what we've done over the years, being just extracting and selling of diamond, has not worked to diversify the economy. And it is telling us that there is something that we didn't do right in terms of adding value, especially to diamonds, to turn them into goods that we can sell, or ready-made goods that we could and can sell to the markets.
Now, Botswana is working to attract a significant share of foreign direct investment. How is this strategy being implemented today?
Well, because there is already shortage of capital in Botswana, we don't have a choice but to go out and look for investors to come into Botswana, mainly to set up manufacturing industries. Because we have large deposits of diamonds, like I've said. We also have other minerals. We have coal. We also have the largest deposit of the soda or soda ash that companies that are interested in coming into Botswana can set up their manufacturing and get raw materials which are readily available in the country.
Right. The world is witnessing a boom in entrepreneurship. What are the main programs your ministry has put in place to support startups and innovative youth in Botswana?
Well, Botswana has a three-legged program that assists especially startups. We have what we call a LEA Entrepreneur Agency, which focuses on educating or training entrepreneurs and also assisting with coming up with business plans that can be readily financed. And we also have CIDA. CIDA is a citizen empowerment bank that you can get loans at a lower rate to start your businesses. We also have companies and government agencies that also look after you've been funded, that looks at the way you progress. For example, if you go to Spedu or you set up in the Spedu area, government has incentives that are given to those that have already set up business by taking or an offtake of 30% of the products that you might have produced in that area.
Beautiful. And how can Botswana leverage the AfCFTA to enhance its integration into the African single market? We're here in the IATF and we're talking about the AfCFTA a lot.
Well, just as I've talked about the diamond market having been volatile over the years, it has come to us that we've been focusing mainly on the European markets to sell our diamonds, and we have not actually explored African markets, whether they would be able to or would be interested in buying diamonds. I think it's time that we come back home to Africa and start seeing whether there can be exchange between African countries. Same as for the beef industry. Botswana is largely known for its quality beef that we have been exporting for over the years to the European market. And we have not actually tried whether it will be a product that Africans can be interested in. And the AfCFTA, I think, provides the avenue for us to start looking for our neighbors as market and not just as neighbors, and then our products or the products that we've been producing in Botswana we're sending to Europe or other countries. And it's also now that whatever products that we think of, we'll think of Africa as a market before we think about other markets.
Have you been able to explore those opportunities here at the Intra-African Trade Fair in Algiers?
Yes, we have seen quite a lot of people who have been coming to this trade fairs. We've met a couple of companies that are interested in going back to Botswana and setting up. We've seen the pharmaceuticals, we've seen those that are involved in the motor industry, and I think we're still to see more and explore.
And what do you expect from your participation in this event? Today is the sixth day. What's your assessment as well of the event?
Well, I think this is a platform for countries, companies that are looking for partnerships, countries like ours who is looking for companies that can go back to Botswana and set up. Well, in Botswana, we have what we call special economic zones that are literally at the primary level, where we are mainly attracting people to come set up because they are not yet operational, and offering incentives for companies to come and set up and will be incentivized to do that in Botswana. So the experience, or what we've experienced so far here, is that we've been selling our story to multiple companies, to other countries to come and set up in Botswana, and also opening markets as we interact with other countries, exchanging notes on what products we can send to their countries and what product they can send to Botswana. And because this has not been told, Botswana is in the center of SADC, and therefore any company that sets up in Botswana would have access to the SADC market, which is almost 300 million or so population, and therefore it's a huge market for any company that will be interested in setting up in Botswana.
And are there specific areas of economic investment cooperation that you consider promising between our country, Algeria, and Botswana, such as energy, agriculture, tourism, or manufacturing?
Well, both that you've mentioned, Botswana is well on manufacturing. We're very much interested in Algerians coming to Botswana to set up their manufacturing company. Agriculture, same. We import most of the food products that we consume in Botswana. Therefore, we are looking for people who would come to Botswana and help with the food security by setting up in Botswana and starting producing. Not just for our population, because our population is relatively small, but also for exports. And one other sector is the energy sector. We are unable to produce electricity that we can supply all our people in Botswana. And because we are also centrally located, whoever comes and set up in Botswana and produce energy would also have the leverage of supplying our neighbors, which is South Africa, Zimbabwe, Namibia, Zambia, who are also in the same predicament as us, having shortage of power supply.
Are they interested in getting power from you?
Yes, we're already getting supplements from South Africa, even though there is already shortage with them. So whoever in the region would produce excess, I'm sure there would be uptakers.
Algeria has made significant investments in infrastructure to achieve African integration. I can cite the Trans-Saharan Highway, the expansion of fiber optic networks, linking African countries in the region, and the gas pipeline project connecting Algeria, Niger, and Algeria. What's your take on those initiatives?
Well, we need players like Algeria who invest in projects that creates pathways for countries to interact, to trade, and make it easier and cheaper to move goods from one point to one point. I think it's a template that countries in the south, in the center of Africa, must also take leaf out of and do the same. Create corridors that are from point to point, for sea point to the other side, for movement of goods and services to be easy and seamless. And that will create a path to the realization of the objectives of the African Continental Free Trade Area.
And is the ministry creating like an environment specifically designed to attract investments in Botswana, Algerian investments as well, perhaps?
Yes, like I've said, we have special economic zones. Whoever sets up in these zones have incentives of not paying tax, just as other companies who are set up elsewhere. So therefore, we've created those windows and avenues for whoever comes in to be given priorities also in terms of how we facilitate you to set up in Botswana, and also the incentives, of course, that comes with the special economic zones.
Beautiful. Lastly, do you have a message for Algerians or Africans, investors, who wish to enter the Botswana market and explore its future opportunities?
Yes, Botswana is open for trade and is open for investors. We are centrally located in SADC, and literally we are a gateway to Africa. If you're coming from the south, going to the north. So all the railway lines that are coming from South Africa or down south pass through Botswana. We also have developed our airports to carry whatever cargo that needs to be done. Our roads, we're currently working on servicing roads that go through Botswana from South Africa, going to Namibia, going to Mozambique, going to Zambia, Zimbabwe, and the rest of Africa. So Botswana is waiting for investors to come and settle in Botswana. And the government is busy working on creating corridors of how goods move from Botswana to other areas or to its neighboring countries.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, for your insights and your discussion with L24 News.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. And thank you, dear viewers, for following this interview. Bye-bye for now.